Hello everyone, welcome to the 30th podcast of Tesla Club India. Today we will be discussing the September EV data, some recent online EV drama, BYD eMax7, some other BYD news, Kia news, PLI approved EV models in India, and some vehicle cell data. So joining it with me is Tarpan from EV India with us to discuss this EV data and also Sagar as co-host. Welcome Tarpan and Sagar.
Thank you, Nikhil.
So let me just give a recap of the September data for 2024. EV two-wheeler EVs made up of 90,000 registration, totaling of 7.47% of the total market. Three-wheeler stood proud at 63,000 with about 59% market share. Four-wheeler stood at around 5,900 with 1.74 market share, and electric buses at around 390 with 7.41% market share. So it is a two-wheeler saw increase of 1.66% from the previous month, while the ICE two-wheeler saw a drop of around 11%. EV three-wheeler saw a jump of around 3.5% from the previous month, and the ICE three-wheeler saw a drop of 2.5%. EV four-wheeler and ICE four-wheeler both saw a drop of around 8.5 and 10.3%. Electric buses saw a jump of 60%, and ICE buses saw a drop of 2.5%. In the EVs only four-wheeler were down, everything was up, and in the ICE registration every single one is down for this September as compared to August. So Tarpan, how do you see this summary?
So, as far as two-wheeler is concerned, for the EV sales, I think the month previous to August was was a long time coming because as we discussed last time, the biggest festive season in terms of in
Right.
eyes what we consider is the festive season bring in the more sales. But in EV, the FOMO of subsidy getting over is the largest sales creation trigger point for the EV brands. It's not festive season. If you'll see even this month when we have Navratri and Diwali in the single month, I don't think we are going to surpass the sales of March and July this month because that was the buzz was that subsidy is getting over, so we registered a great sales. September was, as always, the slump period before the festive season. So the you know more or less the sales was stagnant, even though there was some
A slight
growth.
improvement on. Yeah.
Yeah, slight improvement, very slight improvement, and that was basically driven by Chetak. The
Yes.
improvement was So obviously they are increasing. So many people who were waiting to buy Chetak was not able to buy because there was no dealer availability in the city, and the stock was also the waiting period. The month previous to that was quite high. The Chetak expanded the dealer network and the availability, reach in different pin codes become more, the
Right.
availability increased, and that is why the Chetak saw big jump. And Chetak is the sole reason I think why the sales, we saw around 2,000 to 2,500 of sales increasing.
So as I can see, the Ola dropped even in September as compared to August. They were
Yeah,
at around 24,600 something, and then Bajaj they went around 19,000. They took the second place from TVS.
yeah.
TVS came a close third at 18,100, and then the fourth
Mhm.
one remains at around 13,000 something. So
Yes.
the Chetak one is jump, Ola one dropped. But this month, Ola is doing some of their heavy discounts on their two wheeler. So are we seeing jump in October?
Yeah, so we are going to see a significant jump. I think they'll regain their market share in 40s. In early 40s, they'll regain their market share. That is primarily, driven by the discount that you're offering and the buzz that they have created by 50,000 rupees. price point buzz that they have created, which is not available for any people to buy. They know they cannot buy a vehicle on 15,000 50,000 rupees, but they have created a buzz and they've successfully taken benefit of it. Uh, Also, TVS will be back in the position of number two this month. They will be back again because for the first time TVS has started offering discounts and cashbacks, and now their product is really price competitive. Earlier they had that disadvantage.
And what is Ether doing?
Ather Ather is Ather is trying to so Ather has been most consistent. If you'll see the consistent growth and the month-on-month growth, Ather has been quite consistent for last 6 months now. They
Right.
earlier they used to see some some growth, some deceleration. Some months used to be bigger than the previous month. They'll again see the drop. Ather has been consistent, and I think their growth is slow and steady. I think they are playing the long game. I don't see the big jump coming from Ather because they are still not playing the discounting game. They are the only brand in top five currently who are not playing the discounting game. So I think still we'll see the growth slow and steady for Ather.
Ether jumped about 2000 in September as compared to August, from what I can see. That's
Yeah,
probably might be of Rijta that is making up, I think.
yeah, Ritza is driving the sales. New product is driving the sale, but jump is not significant. As so they will grow steadily. As far as I feel, if you see Chetak, if you see TVS, Ola, the top three brand, कभी उसका
Yeah.
एक मंथ में सेल ज्यादा होगा, कभी एक मंथ में सेल कम होगा. एथर में आप देखोगे तो कॉन्सिस्टेंटली बढ़ रहा है. मतलब बहुत कम ऐसा देखा गया है कि जंप मतलब डिक्लाइन आया है और डिक्लाइन आया है तो बहुत बड़ा डिक्लाइन है. वैसा एथर में होता नहीं. तो
Right.
वो आई थिंक वो ज्यादा अप्रिशिएट करना चाहिए रादर देन कि हम एक मंथ में ग्रोथ करें फिर दी एक्सेलरेशन हो जाए.
And Vida was lower in September as compared to August. What is
Vida's problem is yeah, Vida's problem is totally different. I feel we have been working with them for for quite a while now. उनका डीलर का जो फोकस है वो मतलब अभी भी फेस्टिव सीजन चल रहा है. वीडा को ग्रोथ मिलना चाहिए बट उनके उनको स्प्लेंडर बेचने में ज्यादा मतलब उनका ब्रेड एंड बटर वहां से आता है. तो दे आर नॉट फोकस्ड ऑन हाउ टू इंक्रीज सेल्स ऑन विला. सो बॉटम अप नो एफर्ट्स नहीं है ग्राउंड टीम से. Brand is trying hard from everything that they can do, and that is why they were the first one to start selling the bike on e-commerce platform like Flipkart and Amazon. They are heavily dependent on that because dealer side से वो organic push नहीं आ रहा है electric vehicles के लिए.
right, right. So I can see that other brands are almost consistent. There's a jump in Simple Energy. They crossed the three digit with 102 in September
For the first time.
for the first time. So they opened
Yeah,
quite a lot of showroom. I think 4 or 5 showrooms they recently opened in different cities.
yeah.
So I mean, good luck to them. But we will
Even
see.
this one, even this one, they already crossed 92 as
Oh,
we speak.
interesting. So
So I think they'll double their number this month. Uh,
and they offered 8 year battery and motor warranty also.
Yeah, yeah. So they've just started to offer that. It was not available last month. I think this is the month that they've started offering.
Yes, just this month.
Yeah. So I think simple numbers will grow significantly for next 3 to 6 months as we start expanding the dealer network. We'll see
Mm.
some jump from them. The data we should follow if Simple is really making progresses, we should follow their city by city number. Let's say, for example, they opened their showroom in Goa last month, right? So
Right.
Simple had really good following कि जब हमें लेंगे तो सिंपल लेंगे मतलब 2 2 साल से सिंपल बुक करवा के रखी है. उसमें से
Mhm.
बहुत सारे लोग अभी भी सिंपल लेना चाहते हैं. तो
Okay.
वो एक जंप निकल जाए अर्ली बस का जो जंप निकल जाए उसके बाद वो अगले 3 महीने तक वो नंबर सिटी बाय सिटी मतलब सस्टेन कर पा रहे कि नहीं इज व्हाट आई
Right.
फियर कि शायद ना हो पाए. तो रादर देन वो नेशनल पैन इंडिया डेटा पे हमें जंप मिलेगा सिंपल का बट वो
Mhm.
माइक्रो लेवल पे वो सस्टेन हो रहे हैं कि नहीं नंबर्स वो भी देखना पड़ेगा.
Right. Yeah, these are new showrooms. So obviously, there's some pent up demand on
या
fans and all. Yeah. And coming into four wheeler, uh, Tata saw a drop of around 500 registration. I'm
Hmm.
not sure why, but yeah, overall market was down. So their market share is still around 61, 62%. And but I'm not sure why Tata dropped it this month. Uh,
See the festive season, the सेंटीमेंट विल डिस्कस इन टू व्हीलर्स की जब सब्सिडी खत्म होने वाली होगी तब इसके सेल्स में मेजर फर्क होता है। फोर व्हीलर में वो नहीं है। फोर व्हीलर अभी भी वो ट्रेडिशनल आइस मार्केट के साथ फ्लक्चुएट करते हैं कि जब
right.
फेस्टिव सीजन होगी, इनऑफिशियस टाइम होगा, तब सेल्स डाउन जाएगा। फिर सी द मार्केट शेयर मोर और लेस उन्होंने रिटेन किया है। ऑल्सो
Yes.
जो एमजी का जो बस क्रिएट हुआ था, नेक्सॉन वाले बहुत लोगों ने वेट किया है कि हम टेस्ट राइड लेके शायद हम मतलब दोनों चीज कंपेयर करके हम लेना चाहेंगे। तो एमजी की वजह से मुझे लगता है कि नेक्सॉन के सेल्स में ड्रॉप हुआ है, जो उनका सबसे
M-
बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूटर है।
MG also dropped a lot. So they went under 1,000.
Yeah. So they are
Yeah.
they are waiting for the Windsor product to tie and
So,
then make a decision कि मुझे Windsor लेना है, Nexon लेना है, Comet लेना है, मतलब जो भी हो वो मुझे लगता है वो वेट कर रहे हैं। इस महीने मुझे लगता है कि अभी भी डिलीवरी स्टार्ट नहीं हुई है विंडसर की,
no.
बट या सो आई थिंक नेक्स्ट मंथ स्टार्ट होने वाली है डिलीवरी।
Mm. And Mahindra saw a slight jump, and Citron. I think they tripled their numbers, so might be some fleet deliveries. Uh, then other yes, so that's. I mean, the Tata one and MG one should be the one to watch for next few months, at
या
least for next 5 6 months, and then we will see how. Your Tata has a new product curve, and the MG has Windsor. So Tata also brought out the 45 kilowatt next an EV. So we should see how these compete and all.
बट बट आई रियली थिंक जो फिफ्टीज के ऊपर मार्केट शेयर है टाटा का, वो 6 महीने के बाद शायद नहीं रहेगा। आई थिंक नेक्स्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर में हम देखेंगे कि वो मार्केट शेयर धीरे धीरे जैसे कंपटीशन आना स्टार्ट होगी और भी ब्रांड से, तो ये ज्यादा लंबे समय के लिए 50+ मार्केट शेयर सस्टेनेबल नहीं है टाटा के लिए।
I mean, yeah, the Maruti will be launching and Hyundai will be launching Creta, so there will be obviously drop. But
या
the market share doesn't matter if their numbers are going up. That's what we need. Market
या
share.
इट डजंट मैटर ओवरऑल। मतलब टाटा के भी नहीं, इवन ईवीज के ही नंबर्स जंप हो रहे तो हमारे लिए तो अच्छी बात है।
Yes,
मैं
yes.
मतलब टाटा करे या वेंचर
So
करे।
if I can come and just I can add you that in the last September 2020 I think yes September 2024 वाला जो डाटा है उसके अंदर कर्व का 4730 यूनिट्स डिस्पैच हुए हैं।
Okay.
ओके।
तो सो आई थिंक दैट आने वाले जैसे आपने बोला कि आने वाले टाइम में टाटा विल हैव आई थिंक मेरी अजम्पशन है कि 2000 से ऊपर तो कर्व बिकेगा।
हम्म।
और Nexon 45 kilowatt are it's a very it's a very comfortable car now.
हम्म।
Now we can recommend it to anyone.
हम्म।
Now initially we used to say मैक्स यार 270 करेगी यार 300 नहीं करेगी। अब
हम्म।
हम सीधा बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ यार आप Nexon लो 45,
या
ठीक है, उसका मिडिल वाला मॉडल ले लो, 320 330 आराम से करेगी
हम्म।
और 15 मिनट में आपको 100 किलोमीटर मिल जाएगा
हम्म।
और आपको चाहिए क्या।
Right.
सो सो आई थिंक नेक्सॉन के और कर्व के नंबर्स नवंबर के बाद हमें आइडिया पता चलेगा भी कर्व ने कैसा किया मार्केट में। एंड प्रॉब्लम वहां पे आती है हमें कि टाटा ईवी का नंबर देता है बट उसके अंदर वो
स्लाइस नहीं
ब्रेकअप नहीं
देता।
देता
यस।
हमें कभी।
Right.
यस।
हाँ तो आई थिंक हाई टाइम दे शुड गिव अस अ स्लाइस एंड विद BYD M6 व्हिच हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड, ये फ्लीट में धमाल कर देगी गाड़ी।
या
फ्लीट में तो चलेगी चलेगी
Email.
गाड़ी, पर्सनल का पता मुझे मालूम नहीं लोग कितना लेंगे बट फ्लीट में धमाल करेगी। अगर हम ऑन एवरेज लगाएं 1100 1200 में भी कर जाए,
हम्म।
कर्व 2500 के करीब कर जाए, नेक्सॉन उसी लेवल पे आ जाए जहां पे वो पहले थी,
हम्म।
तो आई थिंक जो ये नैरेटिव चल रहा है कि ईवी की सेल कम हो रही है, अगर 1000 भी बढ़ गया तो परसेंटेज टर्म्स में तो फिर बढ़ ही जाता है।
बढ़ ही जाता है, बट
एंड वेंचर भी हेल्प करेगा।
विंडसर भी हेल्प करेगा। पर वो जो फैक्टर था ना कि कोई
हाँ
कंपटीशन नहीं था ये सेगमेंट में टाटा को, वो मैं
हाँ
या
जी
वो एक फैक्टर अभी आई थिंक नेक्स्ट 6 महीने में तो चला जाएगा। आई थिंक सब प्राइस पॉइंट पे एक
हाँ
कंपटीशन होगा
सही बोल रहे
जो
हो।
जो टाटा का मार्केट शेयर कम करेगा पर ओवरऑल ईवीज का सेल्स बढ़ाएगा।
हाँ बिल्कुल देखो ना जैसे प्रोडक्ट आ गए हमारे पास, वेंचर इज अ न्यू
या
प्रोडक्ट, देन वी हैव वेंचर इज अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट वी हैव, देन वी हैव BYD M6.
हम्म।
Third one is your Nexon 45 kilowatt. Nexon 45 kilowatt, I think that it would cover the Nexon losses which must have happened
या
because of the upcoming cars.
या
And Curve will also help. Because curve has given curve what curve has done is it has created a vibe kind of a thing like like for example bash karke people were visiting MG showrooms,
Hmm.
so because of curve people are visiting Tata
Yeah.
showrooms. So this is so even if every car sells if 700 per month
Hmm.
extra,
Hmm.
so we have four. So 24, 28, matlab 24, 2400 to 2800 ka volume. So volume has already increased.
Yeah.
If we just take the base price, a base minimum configure, if we get that, if everything doesn't goes fine,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
they might be able to sell 500 to 700 even. So that even that also gives you a bump of 2000 plus.
Yeah.
So the car sales which were 5,000, they can go to 7,000, and that 7,000 bump is a good bump once you're considering the percentage terms.
Also, yeah,
Uh,
I
r-
I don't have a data in hand, but can you just tell me a number कि अब तक सबसे बेस्ट मंथ कौन सा रहा है और कौन सा मतलब
uh,
क्या नंबर्स थे?
I think I have that in my database, but I don't have currently it now. I wanted to actually I was making a post for I was just wanting to make a post for the Nexon start like when it was launched in 2020 at which price it was
Hmm.
launched and now what we are getting.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I was making that post. So in that scenario, I was picking. I was keeping the data. I lost that Excel sheet actually yesterday.
Hmm. 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 Okay. तो
Oh,
आई थिंक मार्च या जुलाई था शायद वो दोनों में से एक ही मंथ होना चाहिए
Jot it
क्योंकि
out.
वो
Which month was the best month?
या सो आई थिंक वो नंबर कब रिपीट करेगी फोर व्हीलर इंडस्ट्री एंड वहां से फिर वो सस्टेन कैसे करेंगे नंबर्स और मंथ ऑन मंथ ग्रोथ कब होगा क्योंकि अब फोर व्हीलर इंडस्ट्री सब्सिडी पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं है मतलब सबको पता है कि अभी नहीं मिलने वाली सब्सिडी और बायर्स को भी पता है फ्लीट ऑपरेटर्स को भी पता है तो वो क्लैरिटी है तो वो जो सब्सिडी की वजह से फ्लक्चुएशन आते थे नंबर्स में मंथ ऑन मंथ में वो नहीं आएंगे नाउ इट्स प्योर
You are
प्ले
right.
फेस्टिव सीजन कब आ रहा है मार्केट मार्केट सेंटिमेंट क्या है लॉन्चेस क्या हो रही है बस वही होगा जो हमें ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा और प्रिडिक्टेबल हो
Yes,
जाएगा
yes.
ज्यादा
Tarpan, it's still slightly dependent on the state EV policies as they pull out and again give these road tax exemptions. So
हम्म
some of these deliveries are hold on. So like Andhra Pradesh, they recently got the notification that yes, EVs are again exempt from road tax. So I think we should see jump in Andhra Pradesh this month and next month. Delhi is planning to again offer the same exemption. So there's still a subsidy from the road tax kind, but the fleet subsidies that were for the four wheeler commercial segment that are gone. So maybe industries and fleet were waiting for that. Now that it is clear they are not happening. So maybe there will be some stabilization. But regarding curve, so a friend texted me that it has been a couple of months since booked and the showroom is not able to give him a timeline. And so there might be some production hold from the factory or not. I'm not sure that production is slow or some that, but some people are still waiting longer for the cow. And given that the number we are seeing, they are very low. So I'm not sure what's happening with the production and all of the curve.
So September curve numbers were 4730 in among the dispatches. But we are not sure how much were the EV and how much was ICE.
Okay, okay.
ओ
So ICE are included. Yes. Okay, got it. Yeah. So
But
I
we can
mean,
assume, but we can assume that all these new launches will give us 2,000 to 300, 3,000 bump in
so
monthly sales.
they definitely should, and I mean the ICE share is consistent around 1.7 and 1.9% of the whole market share. It should be going up at around 3% at this point. So
Yeah, you are
करेक्ट
right. You are right.
and
Correct,
you know
correct.
the best month was March around 9,500. I just checked.
Okay,
So
good, good.
so we will see when they come around to that.
Okay,
Yeah. Again, so we have slightly more information on the BYD, sorry, MG Windsor Bass. So a friend went and got it. He booked the Essence variant. So the dealer gave him the breakdown of with and without bass. So uh, without bass, that is you are buying the vehicle direct. The Essence that is mid variant, it is going to come around 17 lakh, and without and with the BESS it is going to come around 13.5 lakh. So it is a gap of what, 3.5 lakh. Yes, but That is the battery price variant exactly. That is the battery price that we stated. But what he was told that with the BAS, if you are going with the Bajaj, you need to pay the monthly minimum of 5,250, but you have to pay it for 8 years. After that 8 years, the vehicle will be yours. You won't have to pay that monthly anymore. So you are going to pay around 5 lakh something for the battery. So with the BAS, you are paying more. What MG was supposed to do was to have it pay less ultimately. So I won't be recommending BAS to anyone. And and what happened? And it is not a battery as a service. It is just a second loan on the battery. It is not any service kind. It's MG is not providing you any service. They are not going to swap out your battery just like that. If something happens, every process is going to be the same. So I think it is dishonest to call it a battery as a service, and it is more of like just a second separate loan on the battery. So I personally won't recommend best, but if yeah, some people are curious to try it, so you are feel free to do that. Sagar,
So
you
what
did.
happens to, yeah, what
Yeah.
happens to the warranty after 5 years? Let's say once he stops paying the monthly rental or monthly EMI, the unlimited warranty still remains intact, or it
So,
lapses?
so what someone was able to confirm that with the direct sale, you still have that unlimited warranty. So what we can guess is that if you are the first owner of the vehicle, you are getting that full warranty. But if you buy it second hand, that warranty drops to 8 year. I am still unsure on what are the exact term and condition of that unlimited word. So that is still MG is still lacking on the details. And the
Oh.
dealers are not exactly aware on the best terms also. So if you go to some dealers, so they might not be able to tell.
Yes, with regards to, I would like to, just add, starting with the sequence. With regards to curve EV production, yeah, there are some issues with, certain colors. With regards to pure gray, there is a lot of waiting. I don't know why is that, but I've got confirmed news that yes, there are some production lags
Same.
in the factory. And
Yes.
with regards to the BAS program, as you Nikhil pointed out, there today a manual came out for the BAS in detail. I am yet to go through, but as you very well described that, yeah, there is a lot of difference with regards to the costs are very clear for the battery, and the 8 year term of Bajaj is pretty clear in that manual.
Yeah.
But I
And
think Bajaj is not the only one, right? Offering different financier has different EMIs and interest rate. I
Terms and
think
conditions.
Eco5 with
there
your
are four, but the three have a minimum month, and the one is Vidyut that doesn't have minimum month kilometer, but they are going to require upfront cost.
okay.
So ultimately, net on net, you are going to pay more with the BAS. From what I can calculate, it is just better to go for a loan on the whole on a whole setup as a whole.
Am I audible?
Yes, Manu.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I am not sure whether I have shared the spreadsheet on group, but actually, this Windsor, Comet, and ZS, that exact setup
Manu,
and all
you are
was
not audible.
available.
Manu,
Please
Manu,
raise your voice.
Manu, you
Am I
seem to
audible?
be in a vehicle and our voice is being repeated. Please, yeah,
Oh, okay. Sure. I got
yeah.
it.
So okay,
Actually, it is in speaker. I will try to change it and
yeah,
complete it.
okay, man. So let's move on to other category. Next one might be a hot topic for some. So we have the PLI approved model list, and very few are PLI approved by the government at this point. So first coming in the two wheeler, the Bajaj Chetak approved, TVS iQube is PLI approved, and all of the Olas are PLI approved. Everything else is not PLI approved at this point. So these models, Ola, TVS, Bajaj, they are getting government support. Uh, Ather, Vida, etc., etc., they are not. And I think Ather CEO went on a podcast and he complained that it is formed in such a way that we cannot get it. That way includes that a company must have a budget, sorry, the revenue of 10,000 crores yearly. So I think Ather is not at that point. And someone pointed out that even Ola Electric is not at that point, but we think that Ola might have pushed their whole group as a whole for to get that qualification cleared. But yes, these are some inconsistencies. So the government might need to work on these requirement. If it is happening that only couple of companies are being able to approve, but other are doing production and yet not able to get approval. So that's a different. And I think Ather didn't even pass the first champion check that happened. So this still needs to be worked on again. In the four wheeler, we have Tata Tiago and Tata Express E only. Nexon is not there, Curve is not there, Tigor is not there, Punch is not there. So I'm not sure what's happening with Tata. Then we have light goods vehicles. So the Mahindra recently launched ZEO and the Tata ACV. These are qualifying for PLI approval subsidies. And then we have three bus variants, two from Tata and one from Volvo Eicher. So, Tarpan, do you have any information regarding all these PLI approval and
No, actually, I don't, but I'm really surprised that Vida and Aether has still not got the PLI, approval. They will have an competitive disadvantage due to this.
Ather
And
wasn't even included in the original list of companies that came out that were supposed to get the PLI, but Ather wasn't even in that.
yeah, it's like Elon Musk complaining about, when Joe Biden invited to
And-
discuss the EV and Ford was invited and Elon was not included.
right, right. So, yeah, I mean, and Ather CEO, he certainly spoke out that the government has made this policy in certain way that benefits others, but not Ather. So,
Hmm.
this is
But I
certainly a
think
questionable
PLI,
mark.
when the PLI, I think this should improve very quickly. PLI is now department is now handled by the ex chief minister of Karnataka, and he operates out of Bangalore. So I think Aether will be quickly able to resolve that. Bangalore firm now has some advantage, getting everything passed, which earlier it not used to be. Earlier it was, I think, a minister was from UP and now he is from Karnataka.
But this would require at the policy change at the policy level, which I'm not sure how quick our governments can work on.
Yeah, but I think
Uh,
it will happen sooner than later. By the
um,
next update that we'll have in couple of months, Aether and Vida will be there. Even Ampere, I feel, will be there.
we hope these companies get included because the recent number is just pathetic. Even time of two wheeler, whether it is four wheeler, just it's really sad to see that only even in four wheeler there's one Tiago and there's a very commercial segment Express T. Nothing else is there. So, I mean, if Tata is able to get Tiago, they should be able to get Punch and Nexon as well. I'm not sure what exactly is happening here.
Is this so? Where was this information? What is the source of this information? The list of vehicles. Is it
Uh,
official?
yeah, it is official government from the government website. I can send you a link later.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Yeah, but every single of the Ola one is being subsidized at the government level. So that might be the reason you see is that they are able to take up some losses and offer at lower prices. But yeah, so
Well, I think they deserve that. The kind of investment they've made in the in the Gigafactory, I think they should get that benefit at least for.
Gigafactories cell one to cell PLI is separate. This is just vehicle PLI.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so cell PLI they have been approved for 20 gigawatt hour, but we are yet to see production of that at commercial usable scale. Uh, Moving on, if you are on Twitter or X this month, you might have seen some. Ola CEO drama, I can say. uh, so what happened was, so there's a guy. Let me check his name.
Kunal
Satvik,
Kamra. Okay.
Satvik Mishra. Satvik Mishra. So he posted a photo of Jaipur service station, and that was just full of vehicles. So what happened is Kunal Kamra, the comedian, took it and made a tweet that what is Bhavesh doing, etc., etc. And Bhavesh got pretty hurt. He basically, he went very lower than anyone should have at that level. He was like, तू ठीक कर दे, आजा सर्विस स्टेशन पे, आजा तेरे को नौकरी दे दूंगा, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. You fix that, blah blah blah. So that was not a good reaction from that, and that just brought out, more and more complaints. That just, gave a wind to all the complaints. Uh, if he just stayed silent, things wouldn't have gone that bad. But it was pretty bad for couple of days on the internet, and Bhavi just didn't stop. He went caught retweeting every, and he kept repeating the kind of same thing. Come to service station, etc., etc. So that was a bad behavior from what we can see, and I think anyone that has seen that drama. And if he complained about paid tweet, and also I'm not sure if these were being paid or not. But Ola definitely did pay some for the promotion of their service and their boss sales, because we saw the accounts that were making tweet of these sales. They have never bothered about EVs earlier. So Dr. Saab, did you see the drama?
The drama was really like so serious. It was like a serial, those serials which come at 9 p.m. prime time, Star Plus, like it was something like that.
Right.
And he had everything to lose to answer on that tweet. If he even wouldn't have replied, nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
Rather, he should have done is he should have got a brand new Ola and he should have gifted to Kunal Kamra. That would have been ideal situation. And don't know what he does is basically basically there is a limit for a brand to take the nationalism along with it. Everything has a limit. After a certain limit, people don't give a damn about whether it's an Indian company, whether it's a Chinese company, whatever it is. After all, most of the customers want to travel from point A to point B with minimum of us.
Right.
That is what scooters are all about, na? So I
Right.
don't know what it's such a good platform he's got. He's got a good factory. He's got cell factory going on. Everything is on right track. You don't require to do these kind of things. And even if you
Uh,
want to do these kind of things, you can get a tier two person or a lower rank person to get into slugfest with Kunal,
right.
right? There is no need. There is public money. You already have your Ola share listed on the stock exchange. Why to get into banters? Because public sentiment is people are so emotional about these things. If you
They
have a
are.
problem, you fix it. You don't blow the trumpet.
You
What is
know,
that? What Kunal Kamara has done is it has given voice to the voiceless. What a Ola customer can, what a Ola user can do. For example, if I have any problem on my Ola, I can go to the service center. I can talk to the
if
but I don't have anything beyond that.
the attitude that came out was that it kind of give a view that it is how it is going to be. You can complain, you can just fix it yourself. So
And
that.
yeah, yeah, and this is not the first time that Bhavish is losing the control over what he says. If you see in the last 2 years, slowly, he has been pretty much retaliatory in his approach,
Right.
towards such
Absolutely right.
complaints.
He first of all got in slugfest with Hormat Sorabji, right? That Bernal tweet he gave. Then then it's casual approach, and by the way, he has blocked me. He had tweeted long time back
Oh,
that that everybody is coming back to India, and everything is glorified now. India has been the Vishwa Guru, and everyone is coming back. I just asked him that, brother, none of my batchmates have come back. They are all in their respective countries, whichever they are in now.
You
So
know
he just blocked
that
me. So I had, so
he
I was figuring out what I maybe
you
I
know uh,
whenever someone
coup-
blocks you, that means you have touched the chord with him.
And
couple,
and don't not to worry, Doctor Saab, he's still not the Elon Musk of India.
Yeah,
so
but he's not he's really Elon Musk, but it's ALONE, Elon Musk. He's alone now. You
so
can't make all the media. You have to take media along with it. You can't be fighting with media every time. It doesn't look nice. uh, you have a good scooter, you are catering to a good price point, people are ready to buy it. You just fix the service problem. That's it.
he really sees Elon going into the Twitter better and sees that he is really at Elon level to master that. But this is India and he is not. So he really needs to keep a check on that. And then some people were
No, these
saying
these see Nikhil, even these complaints, Tata has it, with their EVs.
they
But
do.
look at Tata's approach. They don't come out with a loose mouth and retaliate with anybody. They
Yeah,
might be working in the background,
slow.
but this is not good for a CEO to come out and give a retaliation in this way, in this fashion. Dr.
especially
Saab
when
is 100%
es-
absolutely correct.
especially when the problems are real, because we see that on every single tweet of Ola or Pravesh, no matter how good the announcement is, it is going to be filled with the service issues. and i keep
Absolutely
get
right.
and I keep getting tagged every day in posts. I cannot even react to all of them. So
And same goes with Tata Post also. Whenever and we can agree that there are bots who target Tata. We have to agree with that also. To be fair with Tata also, there are bots who really target Tata. Every time there are two or three customers which we know that they will post something whenever we have posted something good about Tata, because we are information providers. We have to provide information.
right.
If Curve has launched, we have to provide. Yeah, Curve has got this battery pack, this range. It's
Oh,
got these
you
features.
know,
But
I
people start commenting like this is their service has to be issued. There are two or three bots who regularly just botch up the main tweet, which is for people to understand.
but
But Ola
but
is but
there are boards who support Tata as well, because I made it of that 45 kilowatt hour Nexon prismatic, and it had like 300, 400, 500 likes, and most of them were bots. So Tata does that bot stuff also.
yeah, you're right. Every OEM does it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the norm
but
nowadays.
we have seen Mahindra also. Yeah,
You're right.
Mahindra and Tata I have personally experienced it. So that's but yeah, Ola, I mean, if Ola can really improve on the service at ground level, all this can be forgotten by people, because at the end it matters, but it has to be done sooner than later.
You're right.
So we hope,
I think we all can agree that if Bhavesh would have ignored, it would have helped him. It
yes,
he didn't help himself nor his brand,
no.
and nothing like that, because Kunal Kamra is invariably not that much popular. He's into that group. He's already trolled for everything.
I
So
mean, that's not the matter that it is Kunal Kamra that pointed out. It is how the Bhavish reaction was to service issue.
yeah, that's
So
right. That's right.
I don't.
He had everything to lose to comment. He had everything to gain not to comment.
Absolutely.
Just give one Ola to Kunal Kamra, and make this whatever his show is. Shut up, Kunal. Give him an Ola and shut up, Kunal. That's it.
And one more thing, Kunal Kamra has a legacy, So Bhavesh should have known that he's not a light player.
Yeah, someone who can keep the nation wants to know set. Probably you don't want to mess with that person, right?
So that yeah, exactly. That shows that Bhavesh was not sensible enough to whom to take the fight with.
So anyway, just it was interesting, and they were, it was enjoyable Saturday or Sunday, I think, whatever it was. So, yeah, but yeah,
Uh,
So
I
the
feel
only
sorry
thing
for
is,
the PRA.
the only thing is, whenever there is a anti-EV stuff going on, my relatives and my friends make sure that they will send me that. So what happened was
Absolutely.
this Ola service, everybody sent me that tweet, and they made sure that they have to send me this. So because I have an Ola and being an EV enthusiast and all those things, so they make sure they always send me that
You know,
piece of news.
as I have previously said also that these things have issue in the broader EV industry, not just a brand,
True, true.
right? So now we can just hope there for the better.
Yeah, Tapan,
Okay.
you wanted to say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that while we are laughing, it must be nightmare for the Ola's PR agency to do the damage control.
So I think there is no PR. Once your CEO is on the war front, who would do PR? He's the PR disaster.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's move on to the next topic. So, BYD has updated its E6 EV and launched with a new name, eMax7. There are two variants, premium and superior, and each comes with six or seven seaters, so total of four variants. The premium one, it has a 55.4 kilowatt hour LFP, and cells are coming from BYD itself. It can do 89 kilowatt of DC charge, fast charging of peak, 120 kilowatt front motor, and the claimed range is 420 kilometer, and it is priced at 27 lakh and 27.5 lakh. The next version, Superior, it comes with 71.8 kilowatt hour battery, 115 kilowatt of DC peak charging, 150 kilowatt of front motor, 310 newton meter of torque, and 530 kilometer of claimed range. It starts at 29.3 lakh and the seven seater at 30 lakh. So, I mean, guys, what price Innova starts at? Dr. Sab, do you know what the Innova variants are going on right now?
Oh,
Because I
I'm
didn't.
just checking. I've just noted down. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay. So, BYD has updated the interior and all, and it's much better than the previous one. And I think this is a really good price for the battery and the range and the seating capacity you get. So, if anyone is in the Innova and nearby category, they should be really looking at this. It's a good product overall, and especially as we saw the early E6, it went quite good with the fleets, and then people were buying them for personal use also. So I mean, yeah, it's a good EV. Let's bring out the Innova numbers.
Yeah, Nikhil, the Innova starts from 20 lakh ex showroom Delhi price to 26.5 ex showroom.
Okay, so BYD is not much higher, if even for the top variant. And then there are road tax and all on that Innova also. So you might skip that on BYD.
Exactly, exactly.
So you have to see which variants of high cross sell more. So high cross is not selling in petrol. So high cross is more selling on hybrid. So the hybrid prices are there. The BYD prices are at par. I would say that they are better than the high cross prices.
Oh,
Innova High Cross VX Hybrid 7 seater is 25.97 lakh. Then the higher model ZX is it's 30,000 more, like 26, 27. So the top model goes till up to 35 lakhs. So if you consider the pricing is really very good. But now the problem which BYD will get is because BYD is not available in every city.
right.
So how people will perceive, you have to get the high cross customer shift to BYD. That's the biggest challenge for BYD. With a limited number of showrooms, they may not be able to do it. But for fleet, for the fleet ones, it would be really uh, very good uh, car to have in because invariably the bigger battery pack will give 400 plus range any day. So it makes sense for a fleet guy to get this car, get this MPV. So the challenge is how the personal buyer who is buying a high cross, a guy who was already using a Innova, now he has shifted to high cross hybrid. How that high cross hybrid customer goes to BYD, that's challenging. But yes, in the fleet section, you can make sure that people who already had E6, They would really love it.
Yeah, because with the interior and all these interior features were some little bit complaint that I heard with the early version. They had really cut cost on that part, so it has all been improved in this. So fleet one should be really good, and yes, they really need to expand their dealer network basically, because people look at where can I get my vehicle serviced
Yes, yes, you're
closest.
right. And BYD has made it clear that we are not going into the budget EVs. In the interviews, their CEO clearly stated that we will be into this 20 to 30 lakh bracket. So don't expect any car from BYD which would be lower than 20 lakh.
Dolphin, etc. We can't accept that.
Yeah, maybe because if they come by a CBU or a CBU, they would be expensive enough and they would not sell well, considering the prices now we have of Nexon or Venture and those cars. So that's the rationale behind it, maybe currently.
Wasn't there some news that with some Reliance, they are exploring the opportunity for local manufacturing or assembly at
Yeah,
least?
this news is floating around for a long time. So hopefully it happens. If BYD manufactures in India, it's a win-win situation for all of us.
Right, right. Okay. Sagar, any comments on BYD 6? Have you ever been in there?
BYD E6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a drive in that car. It's a beautiful car, but as it lacked the upmarket interiors, but now they have filled that gap with eMax7. And I'll tell you an example. One of my friend who has Innova Krista, Innova High Cross in his house. I he rang me up and asked about my opinion, and his logic was that, see, I'm already having this Krista and this old Krista and High Cross. But his logic was, see, if I'm getting a proper electric car, and he was waiting since last 6 months that he wanted a seven-seater electric MPV. So now many people will shift their preferences towards BYD. And as Dr. Saab pointed out, there is lack of on ground dealership network. But I consider people who are buying EVs, usually they are open to buying it from even nearest city. So that would not be a issue looking at in the short term. But yeah, in the long term, yeah, people need to see dealerships around them, very close to them.
Yeah. So let's see how much impact it makes on their number, because BYD. So what we have heard that BYD, this eMax 7 might be a complete import instead of being CKD, etc. So just imagine how much the real cost of the vehicle is if they can sell with import at this price.
Absolutely right. So BYD, if they start manufacturing in India, that would be really a that would really that would be a boom for us. We can get a very affordable 500-kilometer car. Uh, but let's see.
Just give the Chinese player a free hand for the 4 year, and we will have Maruti crying on the second day.
So you will have to talk to Mr. Amit.
Yeah, okay. So we saw a Maruti EVX along with a Nexon EV. Did you saw that pic?
Yeah,
So
we
I
don't
mean,
anything on Maruti. We don't miss. We
so proportion wise from the back side and the wider and all, it looks around kind of same, but the length is obviously more.
actually what I literally think is it's good that Maruti would be coming. Now we all know that on 17th of January they will be launching it, whatever it will be called, Auto X4 Bharat Mobility,
Right.
and probably Creta would be also launching close to that time, and then you will have Mahindra also coming. So let's see how they come up. We should be remaining positive, and these companies would give us leaks, timely leaks. I think by December we would have most of the leaks coming
So
because
that this EVX is also supposed to have those BYD cells, and I'm curious who is making the BMS. Is it BYD or it is Maruti? Because I don't expect Maruti to do the BMS.
yeah, and once they don't have any technology, I think my assumption is that if any manufacturer, if it doesn't have that kind of technology, even if they're taking from the experts like BYD, we should be. at same consensus that BYD are the top guys in EVs. So even if they are taking cells and BMS from BYD, it's good for us. So it's good for the owners also in long run, right?
All depends on how much they test it in the product here. Because the BMS, if it works, it's fine. But if it doesn't, it starts having error like, data handle. So that will be problematic.
So one thing we can be sure that whenever Maruti comes, you probably will not find even in ICE also. You will never find a Maruti stalled. To be fair with that, except for the safety and those things, I think we all have experienced Maruti in our lives at our homes. So we have never faced an issue that if we are on the road and car has suddenly stopped. So
But
to be fair, to be fair with the Maruti guys, but yes, on the safety and other things, we know there is a concern always with regards to Maruti. They are complying the minimum standards, whatever the government of India has kept it.
you know,
But let's hope they do well with EVX because
point to the Maruti on ICE technology and the reliability. But EV becomes a different, completely different ball game.
yeah,
When
you're right.
we,
You're right. You're right. You're
uh,
absolutely right. The only thing which I am hopeful is like the news which we were getting. Even my friends who are in Maruti have got showrooms, so they have done the surveys. Surveys have been done for the chargers, but it's not pan India. I think they are planning to launch it with some cities. Then they will be expanding it. So, for example, my Maruti Suzuki Rena showroom, which is in my city, the survey has been done, and Maruti has asked the dealers who already have quite amount of corpus that you have to install the charger by yourself. Now we do not know what the supplier would be, how they are working, whether they are making a CPO for themselves. I think details would be coming soon by November end or December start, the chargers would be up and running because probably because what Maruti is saying again with Mr. Banerjee from Maruti, he always stresses on charging infrastructure, resale value. It doesn't talks about range and technology. कि कौन सी technology आ रही है. He always stresses on the range, sorry, on the charging infrastructure and the resale value. So let's see
No,
how this goes.
and one more thing to add on, Dr. Saab, if you look at the history of Maruti, it's such a cost conscious company. And if you are, disclosing that they are asking the dealers to install the chargers, I wonder if they can take the batteries from BYD or any other top player like Cattle. So I highly doubt that they would, go with the looking at the cost
No,
efficiencies and
so you're right. So you're right. But what I also asked the guy who was in Maruti Suzuki that why doesn't Maruti does it why they don't take up the cost of the charger? So he said that if the argument is or the whatever the funda which they have kept is that if the charger would be installed by the dealer himself, then they will take the responsibility of that. So that's the crux basically. So I don't know, but one thing we have to be sure that the Marutis they would be concentrating on the chargers first, then the resale value, then comes EVX. So it's a good thing.
there's a point that if the dealer is investing, so he might keep it more up rather than the Tata ones that they close it down just.
Yeah, and to be and another thing is Maruti system is really very good. There is a system where you have certain kind of rating, then they give a label, silver, gold, or something. Then Maruti gives you that incentive.
Okay.
So hopefully, like we should like as an EV enthusiast and considering everything positive for our industry, uh, it's good thing that number one and number two players are coming by the grace of cafe norms, not by they wanted. So the cafe norms are our biggest supporter. More the stringent cafe norms are, the better it is for us because no OEM can uh, no OEM can survive without two or three EVs in their portfolio. So this Auto Expo would be benchmark. You will see all kind of EVs on Auto Expo.
Yeah, and I have never seen a union minister bashing up so openly to the number one automaker of India. So that's a good thing that Maruti is
Yeah,
making
yeah,
up.
yeah. You are right.
Maruti would go to the minister office and they would listen from them and just repeat their whole strategy again. So they are kind of habitual to listening from the government at this point, I
So
think.
now we know that now Maruti and Hyundai they know that they have to keep it up. Even
Yes.
the Hyundai guys are Hyundai guys as we spell it. Hyundai guys are now more concerned with their IPO. Then they have to launch something to just back it up, na? To back all the investment which they are which they would be getting, which is directly going to the parent company. So
Right,
there are a
right.
lot of ifs in that IPO also. So we should be hopeful that Maruti and Hyundai did do well. And even you must have read the news. Kia is coming with their Carens
So,
EV and one more budget EV, and
Sonet
same goes
TV.
for yeah
Sonet.
Sonet EV and Hyundai is also coming with Creta. Then they are coming with a small. They're coming with a budget EV for Indian market by 2026.
Right,
So
right.
Kia would also launch their E series, which they have E3 or E5, something like that by 2026.
EV3 that they are, that's supposed to.
Yeah.
So,
So E
Kia really did, I don't know what. The Koreans were really offensive on the pricing with the EV6 and Ionic, but I don't know who planned for the EV9. So it comes with about 99.8 kilowatt hour battery pack. Usable is about 96 kilowatt hour. 505 kilometer of WLTP range, 215 kilowatt of DC peak charging, but the price starts at 1.3 crore. So, I mean, EV6 was what, 60 and 65 lakh. I don't know how they planned for EV9 to be double of that. Yeah, both
so
are.
Nikhil, we have 20 participants. We can fund 1.9.
Yeah, we should collectively
That's
buy.
the only way we can do it, and we can have 1 month each. And after 20 months, we can sell it off.
Yeah.
And literally think that BAS like program should come for these cars.
Uh, I mean, the guys purchasing at this price are don't care about BAS.
So I was just thinking about us. We'll be 20 which are in this space.
That's why we have Tata Curve for us. So, okay. And
Right, right.
incident happened with a BYD Atto 3. It was parked outside a house from what we could see from the image, and it was involved in a fire. The whole car was burnt out. We don't have any information where it was. It was just being forwarded in groups, and we got that. So we hope BYD is investigating it because we haven't seen them release any information yet. And
Even
yeah,
if they are not investigating, the news has not got viral yet.
the
My
news has
relatives have
not
not
got
sent me
viral.
this.
Yeah, I mean, no, the media is not covering this.
Yeah, maybe it's something else. We have no idea about it.
I mean, the BYD, the people had just blade. I'm like, okay, where's the news now? But so a related news is that BYD in China is recalling their 1 lakh Dolphin and Atto 3 EVs manufactured in the month of February to December of 2023. It due to the manufacturing process of the column assist electric power steering controller, the capacitor of the controller circuit board in some vehicle may develop micro crack, and during the vehicle use, this micro crack may expand and trigger a short circuit. So, if I'm thinking if it might be related to this, and if BYD is going to do a recall in India too, because we have been getting Atto 3 from some time and they have been manufactured in 2023 as well. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, media has totally ignored this. Tata would not have been ignored for sure. And what else do we have, guys? Discuss.
I think we have pretty much discussed about the Ola drama, and we have discussed EV data, BYD Max is covered. We have covered the upcoming launches. I think we have upcoming launches. We have Creta EV for Hyundai, Maruti EVX Mahindra, XUV 800. By the way, when for the first time Mahindra declared their EV plans, they had, I think it had October timeline. I was making a post for it. I think tomorrow it would be live. So three launches we have, three blockbuster launches which we can say, and
Oh,
I don't think so any other manufacturer is coming. I think Volvo is coming with EX30.
oh, that would be interesting one.
Yeah, I had just watched the interview of Mr. Jyoti Malhotra. I was just sorting whatever he spoke with the auto car guy. So they
Okay.
are banking on EX30.
Okay.
So these are
Yeah,
I
and
think
what?
I think Auto Expo would be a good. I think now it is November. Now it is October. Uh, we can. I don't know whether Creta and one thing is confirmed that EVX is coming on 17th, but maybe Creta comes in December or something. They start showing us the teasers. Same goes for Mahindra because I think Nikhil also shared that that BE6 image from that TVC which has gone viral.
Yeah. That's from Spain, BEO5 image. So that will come with BYD cells as well, from what we have known and seen the import data. So the Mahindra BEO5 is supposed to come with the BYD blade cells
So
as well.
initial Mahindra batches will be getting BYD battery pack and
Yeah,
Velio motor, right? Because the VW unified cell is still not ready.
I mean, yeah, even VW is not using those cells yet. So,
Right.
and if you don't know, we maintain a list of every four wheeler that is sold in India, and their battery capacity, peak kilowatt DC charging, cell chemistry, cell shape, and who manufactures the cell. So we have recently added Nexon EV. It comes 45 kilowatt hour, comes with prismatic Gaussian. Curve EV 45 kilowatt hour, cylindrical EV 55 kilowatt hour, prismatic Gaussian. Windsor EV, we are expecting cells to be Repto, and the shape is prismatic. Another one we have added is Kia EV9. These are likely to have pouch cells from the SK, but not 100% sure on that. We also added Mercedes EQS SUV. It has a prismatic cell from Cattle. Maybach SUV. It has prismatic NMC cell from Cattle as well. And EQE SUV 500. It contains prismatic cell from Farasis. So these are some update to our vehicle data list. And we, as a TCIN, we have one announcement. We recently made one announcement. So in 2020 October, we started a merch store with the aim to fund some AC charger around. But it took too long. So, but we finally managed to have enough funds to fund a single 22 kilowatt AC charger in the Nexus Mall, Bengaluru. And with that, we were able to reduce the pricing for public forever by rupees 3 rupees per kilowatt hour. So the pricing went from 19.5 rupees per kilowatt hour to 16.5 rupees per kilowatt hour. We 100% of the merch fund went towards that. We did not kept anything, and we have not made a single rupee from this whole club endeavor till now. We gave a breakdown. Just a second. Yes. So the whole funds collected were around 34,642 rupees. So all of that went to the partnership with the Geon Charging. And but yes, since that it has taken us 4 years to fund a single charger, we will how the funds will now be used. They are being slightly changed. Going forward, we are still not going to earn personally anything. 0 rupees till now, and 0 rupees are going to be in the future. But we still have some expenses to maintain with the website domain and website hosting, subscription, etc. So initially, funds will be going toward that, and then if there are magically somehow if the funds exceed that requirement, we are going to donate that to a charity that people want to, or we are going to fund another charger if that happens. So if you want to support all this, you can just go to the merch store on the website. And so that was some update from us. And yeah, so this week we also saw a V Robot event from Tesla, where they showed their cyber cab and robo van. They really showed them being fully autonomous in the Warner Bros. Area. Obviously, they are still not allowed on the public road, so they had to choose that location. But yeah, that cyber cab is supposedly around 38 kilowatt hour battery pack, and they are doing more than 200 miles on that. Totally autonomous, and it is supposedly LFP cells in that also. And that robovan, I mean, that's a really futuristic vehicle to say, and that's a totally out of the Tesla. The vehicle designs are kind of crazy if they do cyber truck, cyber cab, and now this robovan. So we will see when these come true, but it was a really a fun event to see, and people were really taking the you know the vehicles didn't have any steering, any control whatsoever. They were being operated fully autonomous. So as a company perspective, that was a really fun event. But for India, we still have no update, and we hope to see something soon. So that was that. And if anyone from audience would like to ask any questions, this is the time, and then we are going to wrap this up.
There is a question from Mr. Manjeet, I think, in the message. So he's asking, is there any chance you guys know the battery and BMS details of Creta EV?
I mean, we can guess at this point, but we will wait for the launch to give confirm information.
Probably, Nikhil, it would be the same which is in Kona 45 or 64.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
we
I
can.
don't think so. They've got something new on it.
We can.
Though Hyundai has got a agreement with Amar Raja for lithium ion for LFP batteries, but I don't think so. Creta will get it
I
initially.
mean,
Maybe in the later times.
Amra Raja is still not making any cells, so it is just
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
yeah. And these are going to be they have technology partnership with what S Volt, so they are still likely to be LG or SK cells, NMC cells, pouch cells from what I can expect.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh,
I think it would be the similar thing which is in the Kona.
yeah, similar in the Kona,
So
and
yeah.
or Hyundai is big on using pouch for NMC. I don't know why. Pouch is the worst shape of NMC, but for some still reason, they love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But the BMS, as I'm owning a Kona Electric, so the BMS is really very, very sorted. I will just add a little. Uh, Yesterday, a day before, had to travel from one place, Moga to Ludhiana, and sadly there were no chargers on that route. I had an option to slow charge at my friend's home, but I wanted to hypermile. I could do 58 kilometers in 10%, and I
wow.
reached the charge in 4%. So the BMS is really very sorted. So
No, that's because the Kona was the first proper EV that India had, and
yeah,
every EV enthusiast, that we know, Arun, Nakhil, and all, they bought that Kona event. They are still going strong, so no doubt on the
yes,
BMS and all, and the battery pack is holding it despite being NMC and all. The degradation has been very minimum, not noticeable anything. So yes, the if that comes in the Creta EV, we are not worried. But if they are changing anything, that we still need to see. But yes, Hyundai is a really good company with respect to the EV hardware, and they have been doing good on the all aspects. And we have
And
already.
Nikhil, one more thing. Listening to Dr. Saab's hypermiling figure, I got an idea that Tesla Club of India should start annual, awards where you can, just felicitate people who are really,
no.
bringing all the stats.
To be very honest. Once I wanted to start my ride from Moga to Ludhiana, I was at 41. I think I was 41 kilometer of range, and I had to travel 58. So there were a lot of flyovers. I used that gradient to my advantage a lot of times.
Uh,
But
you know,
in 5 to 6 months, you should do one hyper mile. That's a good thing.
you know,
So
Sagar, we want people to drive like us and get the maximum range, not drive like a scooter and get the maximum range.
I agree. I fully agree, brother. Fully agree.
But yeah, we can have this competition maybe. So I should get some time, maybe next year, and we can plan more things. But for a year, and I'm still
So,
short on
so,
time.
so, Nikhil, I may add that this this climate from October to November,
This is the
this
best,
is the perfect climate for an EV,
right?
because you are using your automatic AC at 24, 25, right? And sometimes in the morning you don't need AC also. So it's a perfect time to do a hypermile, and it's perfect time to do a mileage run on any EV.
Uh,
So in winters, I would not do any hypermile on my
uh,
EV, not at all, especially on the NMC, not at all.
Guys, I don't know where you are, but in Haryana here it is getting very cold in last couple of days, and the mornings are like,
Yes, yes, the weather is changing. Weather is
and
changing.
the mornings are chilly cold. I mean, wow, the sudden change in this thing.
Your political weather has not changed, but your
Uh,
other weather is changing.
and I would correct you that Hyundai has partnership with Exide, not Amara Raja.
I had
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
news I would share with you. Amaraja has a tie-up with. I will send you a news. I have the piece.
With
Uh,
They have with
Hello.
Exide also. They have with Amaraja also.
I mean,
I will cross check also.
yeah, because
I'm not 100% sure.
yeah,
I will
because
cross check also. Right.
the S Volt has partnership with Exide, and that went with Hyundai. And but yeah, Manu, you can speak. Yes,
Yeah, actually, I was listening, but due to some reasons, I was not able to speak in between.
you were seem to
Uh,
be driving the vehicle and were
yeah,
having
yeah.
some voice issues. Yeah.
Last time also I was driving and speaking, but this time this sound is coming from the speaker phone, so I don't know what.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, the thing I wanted to share is like when we are discussing about this BAS thing. Actually, I think Excel sheet is I got from the thing. I think I have shared it in the group. I am not remembering exactly.
Yes, you
So
shared.
yeah,
I
okay.
have
In that
changed your
actually,
number. I have changed your contact name as BASS.
okay, okay. So that thing is there. So more information is available there. And regarding the lifetime warranty, I think they are clear in the Comet thing. It is something is available now. In that, it is somewhat clearly mentioned that it is a lifetime warranty kind of thing only. It will be changing to 8 years if you are changing the vehicle. So I
Yes,
I don't know
that's
what's the catch in this, but still
that.
as per the sheet, it is showing that it is lifetime only. That lifetime is not defined, but still.
That was clear that if you are going to sell the vehicle, the warranty is going to shift back to 8 years. So that was indeed clear. Uh,
And there was one more thing. Some of the one of my friend booked Windsor. So
okay.
when he was inquiring, they were telling like this 3 year warranty is having unlimited kilometer was mentioned in the launch event. But some of the dealers are telling like it is having some limit.
Mhm.
This 3 year
It's
warranty.
as I said, the dealers are still not updated on what all this MG thing is, and MG is still lacking on providing public the details clearly. So that's
Yeah, actually, why
The
I
bash is
told,
too much confusing. I don't know what they have done
and
else.
yeah, it is.
It's too confusing.
as I said, after this MG, Mahindra launched it with their commercial segment, and there was news that now Tata is planning also. So I, from what I could have contact, I told them that don't do this way. What they are doing, it is confusing and ultimately more expensive because
Yeah,
it's
exactly. I completely
True,
agree with
true,
you.
true.
yeah. Just
Because already people already are confused with the battery warranties. Even if we tell them that it's 8 year and 1,60,000, sometimes they confuse it with the car other parts warranty, and the battery and motor is separate. And even your BYD has got BYD is a different thing. I think they have got 1,60,000 on the traction motor and other thing, and other parts they have got one lakh 50,000.
that,
I didn't.
that
I think
warranty
Why
it
they
is
make
a,
it
is the
complex?
it's
worst
a
one.
bit.
I
I
don't know
think
who
this
at
be.
BYD is planning that, but just to combine that powertrain and component
Exactly.
warranty. Why do you have to give
They have three sections in their warranty.
motor is separate, DC-DC converter is separate, OBC is
So
separate,
true.
everything is
Yes.
separate. That's a messed up thing, most messed up thing, and the worst thing that they could do. Just
Yes, yes,
and
yes,
you know
yes.
the companies and other companies are doing battery warranty. Why battery warranty? It should be powertrain warranty. The motor should be included
Powertrain
with that.
warranty.
So you know the companies need to change that. Because it is due to government guideline where that to get subsidies you have to have minimum battery warranty. But companies should be shifting to powertrain warranty at this point, because this battery warranty and then have motor separate, and this is really messed up thing in this EV industry right now in Indian EV industry.
And per se warranty in India is really, it's like virginity, this warranty system in India. You are never sure, even if even if you're getting from a friend. If I have electronic shop, if my friend has an electronic shop and he gives me a product, even I'm not sure that he will honor me warranty whenever I need. So I don't know why
You
it
know,
is why these things are messed up in
why
India. No idea.
this
I
dealership play a lot with the insurance. They will ask you that okay, you can just get the insurance for this one, and we will cover all that and that. So this whole insurance and I mean Sagar can comment a lot on
Very,
that.
very good, very good. I would like to interject. If you remember, Nikhil, 1.5 or maybe one month back, the gentleman from BYD Seal, he was owning BYD Seal, and at the time of purchase, he was told by the dealer that yeah, your insurance we are giving you that will cover motor and the battery as well, and he trusted their word. And later on, 1 month back, I think he got a claim where because of heavy rains his lane got blocked and the car was submerged under water. And when he went to the dealership for the claim and they filed the claim, his claim was rejected, and then he came to know that there was no separate battery and motor product add-on. So that day immediately he called me up for advice, upon the rejection of the claim. And I said them that that his claim is very valid because it's a normal flooding situation, and it should be covered under the flood clause that is under natural calamities. But even after that, the company ICICI Lombard sent him a rejection letter stating that the clause of gross negligence from his side. So later on, I had some back channel, discussion with the ICCA team, and they told me, no, sir, he pressed, the ignition. But I told him, Baba, there is no question of pressing ignition. He did not start the HV battery, and he was just, opened the car for the towing purpose. So I then got involved the BYD team directly, and I in the legal language I told them, see, if you are going to reject this, this will be a very bad a case for your company as well, because of wrongful rejection by the insurer, as the insurance was taken from the dealership itself. And now they have reopened the case, and yeah, these things are happening in the industry, and I
And
want
this is just not in the EV. They are happening in they happen in the ICE regularly with the
No, but
dealerships.
particularly what's happening, the mentality of the dealerships, Nikhil, is very clear
Yeah.
that they don't have margins while servicing EVs. And they are doing all these dirty tricks, to just go for insurance claim and, earn their profits from the repair work. So I want to alert everyone, and I want everyone also to alert every other EV owner that please get a very good coverage in your insurance, because not everyone can get proper coverage, in spite if they don't have add-on covers. It'll be very hard.
I think Sagar, you should make a proper post or a proper video on this. That would be really very nice for all of us.
I've
Yeah,
already
sure.
made
Even
some
That's
PDFs, Dr.
really good.
Saab. I've already made some
even me
PDFs.
kind of guy is also not good in insurance structures.
We
So even if you can share, it would be really helpful.
we can plan that with Sagar, I think.
Yeah, we'll do
Actually, I
it, Nikhil.
talk.
But I want to just give a background that
Right.
these dirty tricks have been happening lately in the industry from last 1.5 years I've been seeing, and that's why I've taken up that project of filing the PIL in Supreme Court in the month of June 2025. So rest of that we will put in our efforts together as a EV community. But I want you all to alert every other EV owner. Please take a proper insurance. That's my kind request. Because. We if we fight for everyone, it will be a very big fight. But yeah, for now, just be
So
alert.
you make a post for tomorrow, and let's take it to the Twitter at least, and share to on my Facebook page also, so that people can know. So we will just do that tomorrow, right?
Perfect, perfect, Dr. Sab. I'll do it for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole community.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, Manjeet asked a question that he has an Nexon and his battery was replaced. He's planning to upgrade an EV. Should there are there any improvement in Nexon 45 kilowatt hour? So Manjeet, if you have the max variant, so maybe wait for a bit. If you have the prime variant, the lower battery pack, and if the range is not enough or whatever, so I think you can go for that. So obviously there are improvement battery pack wise and cell wise. There is all different thing. BMS and all, how the software is that we still need to check out. Okay.
And also Nikhil, on the Prime front, I would like to let Prime owners know that if the use is not excessive for the Prime, sorry, if the use is excessive for the Prime and you are getting on the boundary line range, and if you want to upgrade, this is the best time because the Prime resale prices will fall like crazy. So just
Oh,
take a
definitely.
calibrated decision as per everyone's use. If you don't have much use and you're planning to keep your Prime for long, that's fine, but this is the best time if you want to upgrade for the Prime users.
I mean,
And Sagar, only interesting things would be once maybe that in longer run, Prime guy would get a bigger battery pack also. Maybe maybe Tata works on those lines for like once Prime battery is done after 13 to 14 years. After 14, we still do not know what happens at that time, which kind of technology we have. Maybe at that time you can plonk in a bigger battery
No,
pack.
but
Maybe
why
just an
why why
assumption.
I pointed that out, Dr. Saab, because many of our users are very cost conscious about the resale value, and I don't
Yeah,
want
you are
people
right.
to get shocks later. If they are planning to resell and they don't get a good value,
Absolutely right.
so that
Uh,
would be it would be a very bad experience for them. So people who are very conscious and sensitive on the resale front, I would suggest them to this is the best time for the Prime to let go of the Prime and maybe think about an upgrade.
and I mean, if you
so
have
Correct.
a second ice, so maybe just sell the ice and keep the prime. So if you have two car family or whatever, so just plan accordingly.
And Nikhil, one more thing on the retrofits that Dr. Saab pointed out. Yes, Dr. Saab, I too expect even third parties to come up with battery pack upgrades, but not in the near future of 4 to 5 years. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're right. Because
uh,
if we are if we say that to be fair with Indian EV industry, once Maruti and Hyundai comes, it's just a start. From Auto Expo, the market would start to explode from March 2025. So I used to keep on saying at back in 19 and 2020s that market in 2024 25 would be the real time when our market will start to thrive. And let's hope for the best. We are pretty much hopeful regulations and all other things will help us.
And absolutely,
And
absolutely true, Dr. Saab. That spark has been ignited from Tata itself in the last month, and yeah, that they have already started the Diwali celebrations for consumers in the EV sector.
yeah, you're right. Like, so if we if we just count on our fingers cars which are launching, first is Harrier, you have Mahindra 800, Creta, EVX. We already have four on our lineup, right?
Yeah,
And then you have BE5, then you have Carens. So probably you have 8 to 9 models coming in 2025.
yeah, not only the
Uh,
new
uh,
launches, Dr. Saab, but even the price parity that Tata has sparked. They have already ignited a bomb in the industry.
Absolutely right. Like it would be challenge for Creta and EVX to come at like if the curve is a benchmark 17.80 to 21, and it's the it's the price which curve has been launched. In coming year, it would be the price would go down. It can't go higher from that.
And
So
the
it would be
design of
challenge for
curve,
Maruti
Dr.
and
Saab,
Hyundai.
Dr. Saab, the design of curve, I've seen people, where I am suggesting them
Right.
MGZS EV, and they are, going for curve for the design. I'm not saying curve is a bad product, but I just wanted to test their choice of taste. And the first point, before looking at curve is the design. Dr. Saab, the design is very new for India. It's in the budget segment.
I just expect that MG and Tata they just deliver some good numbers in November, so that 5,000 number of EVs should come to 7 to 8. So that would be our tweet line in November. EV sales have gone up by 10%. So we are just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, even
Shall I?
one more thing, Doctor Saab, I would like a clarification from you and Nikhil as well. You know, what is the expected price of Creta EV, and what kind of battery capacity would it have? Because I've got some questions from a few people where they are planning to wait for the Creta.
According to the reports and everything, Creta is getting the Kona one, 48 kilowatt hour battery pack. Kona comes in two battery packs in globally, 48 and 64. So we can expect that Creta would come in two battery packs, 48 and 64. So pricing is anybody's guess because Creta is being assembled in India. So probably only the motor and the battery pack would they have to import.
Uh,
Otherwise, everything is made in India.
we can
So
expect it to be close to curve, maybe.
curve,
Yes.
yes,
So,
it has to be. Otherwise, it
yeah.
will not sell
Yes,
because
absolutely.
uh, they have to keep and that similar pressure would be on Hyundai, Maruti
Maruti as
EVX
well.
also.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That is what 40, that is why I tell that Nexon 45 kilowatt hour battery pack
And
is a car which is similar to Maruti 800 back in the petrol days.
I mean,
That 45 kilowatt,
it's
it's the perfect vehicle.
it's kind of pricing and all benchmark right now for me.
And with time the pricing will reduce,
Oh,
like after some time you may have discounts also and all those things will continue. So that's they're just it's like a trigger, like uh, because how many features you can add in a vehicle,
right.
like
Yeah,
what Creta would add.
on a lighter note, Doctor Saab, I would like to ask you: do you expect a very good range from the 44-hour kilowatt hour battery pack of Creta EV, because that would be light in weight?
The Creta 145 would be not a no, it would not be a lightweight car, it would be a heavy car. So it's anybody's guess. ARI would be, I think, around like if even if you say that 1 kilowatt does 5 kilometers, 5 or 6, even for the best of things. So Creta has to do a 400 plus.
Uh,
Otherwise,
it,
it would not be. It has to match curve. Nikhil is very right that that Creta EV has to match curve. EVX also has to match curve, and probably Creta would come with 64 battery pack also.
I mean,
Just a
the
guess.
48 one we can, if it comes with the 48 one, we can expect, same around Kona, I think 330, 350, same
Yes.
range.
So maybe because the shape of the
Yeah,
vehicle are different. Maybe because Kona is more. I think it's a more
and
the drag coefficient is less and it's more aerodynamic.
then Creta.
Maybe that's why
Yeah,
it gives because Kona invariably gives you around 290 to 320 if you consider 10% till 10% or 15.
right.
And even for Creta should do the 48 one should do 330 320 easily. But as Nikhil said, that it has to be a curves competitor. You can't benchmark it with Nexon 45. So that would be a challenge for Hyundai and Maruti, both companies, because Nexon is right bang on the money.
Manjeet is saying that he has the max variant of Nexon, so I think personally you should wait for an upgrade. Maybe wait for the Creta and Maruti and other EVs to launch. Maybe Tata will have drop prices by then also a little bit. So, but it's your personal preference. If you need it, then do go for it.
And maybe MG launches ZSEV with 72 kilowatt hour battery pack and if they price it very competitively, it can blow every car.
And
But
Doctor Saab,
So
that is the next logical step for ZSAV as a product. You know, MG has to
yes,
come
you're
up
right.
with a
You're
72.5
right. They
kilowatt
have
hour,
to come with
or
72. You're right.
it would lose the competitive edge.
Yeah, perfect. So we are into good times for EV sector.
It's a honeymoon of EV buying.
You're right.
uh,
And if
Shall I?
Tata,
yeah, Manu, please.
Actually, this discussion started with this resale of Prime. I would like to share my views on it. I am also owning a Prime vehicle. So, if you are using Prime and you are having enough range and your sufficient range is there, hold on the vehicle. That would be better.
Right.
Because even at this point of time itself, the resales are too low because you will be having a loss while selling or even upgrading also the dealers are not quoting big values
Manu,
even max is
Manu,
tell me.
your vehicle is 1.7 lakh kilometer Nexon
No,
Prime.
I am
I'm
not
not
telling
getting
about
that.
my vehicle. I am not telling about
I'm
my
not
vehicle.
touching that.
Okay, I am telling about 1 year. There are owners who cost around 50,000, 60,000 kilometers in 3 years
Oh,
and
definitely.
going for
Yes.
resale, they
Mano,
are
Mano is
getting
a
very
very,
less.
very strict. Mano is a very, very strict student, not the strict teacher.
And then listening to Manu, the way he speaks, no, everything you feel is absolutely true.
Yeah, and
Actually,
if there
I
are
know
if there are
persons who told this.
if there are Manu, if there are 10 customers in one dealership like you, I will sell my dealership in 1 month and go away.
Actually,
Yeah.
if you are not providing the service, what we should do? I
No, no, we
don't
agree with you.
understand.
It's just on a friendly banter. You are
Yeah, sure,
absolutely
sure.
right.
Okay, okay.
We need people who need to question everything because sometimes as a customer, I also sometimes do ठीक है भाई, it's okay. So we because it's a hard earned money. We are not like we don't have black money, you know.
You
So
know,
we are spending on hard earned money.
Mano is
And
my go-to
actually,
source for any Nexon EV information. He's really informative and has the data to back it up. You know,
Yes, you are right.
he recently did a survey among the Nexon owners. So I sent that to Tata. Okay, guys, look at this. I don't know what your internal surveys are saying, but the community survey is this one. Take a look at this. So,
okay,
Manu,
what I'm trying to say is like if you are running is okay, you can hold on the prime. That is the best way possible. If you are
definitely.
switching to another vehicle at this phase, mostly for that vehicle itself, you may not get much benefit while
Yeah, sure.
reselling.
Yeah, absolutely true, Manu. That is why I gave a disclaimer. Na, many people follow 3 year and 5 year cycles of holding a vehicle, any vehicle. So
And moreover, you
Yeah.
are right,
Sure,
Sagar.
sure.
You are right.
For
And
that
moreover,
persons,
Sagar,
it is good.
my advice currently for everyone is to hold on their purchase of electric vehicle for 6 months. Pretty much clear. If someone has a vehicle, wait for 6 months. If you are in a hurry, go for next one 45 kilowatt hour battery pack. You are sorted. If you don't want to if you want to spend and you don't want to worry about 6 to 7 years, then go for Curve 55. So these are very safe bets.
Curve is a fantastic product, Dr. Saab. I
Yeah,
think anyone looking in that particular budget, I think they should definitely, as a logical option, to give more priority to Curve than Nexon 45.
you're right.
Okay, actually, I would like to ask one question. If anyone is having the answer or anyone is have thought in that way, please share the feedback. Actually, whether any of the manufacturer shared a proper after warranty say, repair or something like a post warranty details or something shared with any manufacturer's EV.
uh,
I think once you come into that cycle, you will share everything with us. We are all in the same boat. We are all
Actually,
twenty twenty three buyers.
I personally got lot of information since I already covered. I have mailed and got it from Tata. I'm just telling about other players.
no,
Not
no,
yet, I think.
no,
Not
no,
yet.
Manu. We haven't seen from manufacturer on that regard. But yeah, maybe with the time and as more and more EVs go out of warranty, maybe we'll see something.
I think it would follow the similar route for the ICE vehicles, whatever the service schedules are. I
Yeah.
don't think so. There would there would be much change. The service pattern would be the same what your EVs have. Like I don't
And
think
just
there is a question.
there there
Uh,
there might be
uh,
insurance drama if you're getting your EV serviced outside.
yes, yes,
So
yes. So Nikhil, we have a question. Any rough idea on Creta EV pricing and battery pack?
that we
I think
answered.
we have addressed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It should be 48 or 64, the similar one, Kona, and pricing should be the curve lines. We know the pricing. So anything else, Nikhil? I think we should. I think
I think
we've
this is
addressed
it,
everything today.
and I have a request from listeners. If you like this, and if you don't like this, whatever, please do share your feedback because currently we are not getting any feedback. So we would appreciate it if you can share your ideas or any questions or any topic that we should cover or just a general feedback that would we would appreciate all that. Okay,
Anyone?
one last speaker request. Uh, Srini.
Hi.
Yes, yes, yeah. You can speak, brother.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, everyone. So I'm actually planning for an EV vehicle. Price range is around 20 to 25 lakh. And currently, I'm actually in Andhra Pradesh, and currently the government is giving us 6 months extension of
Yes.
road tax exemption. So I'm very curious to know what are the future upcoming vehicles that are going to get launched. I really prefer to have a compact SUV than a sub 4 meter compact SUV like Nexon. So I was really curious if there
You
are
know,
any
I
proper timelines or on B5 and EVX or even Creta
you
EV.
know these EVs that upcoming EV, they are going to be the past 6 month deadline.
Okay.
So, but in the current one, you can check out Curve and ZS in that price range. So these two are the one that was
Yeah, so Srini, as Nikhil pointed, so the best among, if you have the budget, so it should be Curve EV. With regards to Creta and EVX, EVX will be launched on 17th of January in at Auto Expo or whatever you call the Bharat Mobility, and then after that, it should be 2 to 3 months of wait when it launches in India. Same goes for Creta Electric also. So they say in their IPO document that it should be in 2025, 2024-25 fiscal. So we can expect it before 31st of March, both the vehicles. If you have a vehicle and you are driving it, probably you can wait. If
uh,
you don't want to wait, you can go for curve.
I think the point here is that Andhra Pradesh EV policy. So Andhra Pradesh is supposed to come with a new EV policy, but I'm not sure if they are going to give the full road tax exemption in the new one. There's no information regarding that. But yes, the current one has been extended till December of this year.
Okay, so I was also looking at Nexon 45 as well, and I really liked the new upgrade that they are providing.
Right.
So, will it be a good idea to go with Nexon 45 instead of ZS or Curve 55?
Srini, so all these, Nexon and Curve and Nexon and ZS comes in a kind of separate category with the space and all, shape and how the driving and all feel. So I think you should tomorrow in the next couple of days when you find time, you should just go and take a test drive of all these three, and then you should come back to us on how you feel on the each vehicle, and then we can
So
have a
Srini, so once you are buying, once you're planning to buy a car, you have to fix a budget.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can buy ZSEV also, you can buy a Nexon also, and you can buy a Curve also, right?
Mhm.
So Nexon 45 ends where ZSEV starts, right?
Yes. Yeah.
ZSEV and Curve pricing are bit overlap. So Nexon 45 is a different kind of vehicle. It's currently the value for money vehicle. You have a 300 plus car,
Mhm.
which
So this is
charges,
going to be my
which
first
gives
car.
you.
So it's definitely going to be much more easier for me to drive since I'm going to be the first time
So you can go
buyer.
for Nexon 45 kilowatt hour battery pack, eyes closed.
Okay.
But as I said, as I pointed earlier, I personally, for my hard-earned money, if I am planning a EV, I will wait for 6 months. I will not buy any car for 6 months, because after 6 months also I can buy a 45 kilowatt hour Nexon.
Yeah.
But if Creta and EVX come with some other kind of pricing, which is far more better,
Mhm.
so I don't want to lose on onto that. So that's the only consideration, because as we know that if you are buying EV currently, so the resale and all those things, we are not sure about it. So if you buy a car, you are probably fixed it for more than an ICE vehicle,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And Srini, just be careful because Vijayawada had major floods, right? So be careful that there could be some dealer profiling of some older EVs which have been affected in that flood.
this rain.
Sure. Sure.
And don't forget to add the battery protect. And if you
Yeah.
add the battery product, then don't care about the floods and everything.
Yeah.
I think we can say that don't miss to see Sagar's post for tomorrow, which would be on insurance of electric vehicles.
Yeah. Sure.
Anytime anyone has any doubts before
Yeah,
buying the,
we have to
yeah,
post it up because it will really help, and we
done.
can pin that post and we can just share that document forever. Because even I am also poor in insurance. You have made me worried, so I want to know everything
No,
about it.
Dr. Saab, see that Seal's battery pack was 18 lakh rupees. So
Yeah,
see, if
yeah, you're
he
absolutely right.
if he had to pay it out of pocket, see, it's such a huge dent. So that is why I
No, no,
say,
we have to. We make sure tomorrow we have a post on this and we make it viral.
Yeah.
My friend is actually trying to buy Eto 350 or 60 kilowatt, depending on the pricing. So the GEVO is not yet published. It is not yet official, at least from the dealer point of view. So once it is done, even he is also, my friend is also planning to buy Eto 3. So maybe I'll definitely forward him the post as well, and probably I'll intimate him on the add-on package for the insurance.
You know,
So,
Sagar, you mentioned the seal battery pack being 18 lakh.
yeah, yeah, that's a confirmed news. Yeah.
So I think that's a daylight robbery given the battery price in China. So
so
Yeah,
Sagar,
that is
just
what
one.
I got to know from the dealership is quoting 18 lakh rupees, and
so
even
that's
I was surprised. But I don't know. These all dirty things are going on in the from the dealership ends. So I am very much I am on a mission to make people aware that please, if you buy a proper insurance, you will have the ball in your court. Then they cannot, for the F sake, trouble you.
So Sagar, just one thing around this insurance because I just noticed my insurance doesn't have a Tata AG doesn't have a battery
It
sale.
it has it
Add
has
on.
Tata has
No,
a
no.
add-on cover named Electric Surge
Yeah.
TA29. That's the
Yeah.
add-on.
TA29, TA30. Now, what happened is I bought my insurance about 6 months back. I didn't add these on. Can these be added in middle of this thing? Because I checked with Tata AG, they said you can't add it now. You have to
It's
wait till.
absolutely true. Narenji, it cannot be added mid-term. It's a major
Uh,
endorsement, and companies don't allow that. So on your
mm,
renewal, I would say definitely
okay.
till
because
then be
it's one
safe.
of the most essential. It's like a CPR for the EVs.
Correct. So 6 months I have to be careful now. Okay. I'll try to save it. Thanks.
Yeah, I would advise you like Akshay Kumar in Bhul Bhulaiya that when he says beware of the water. Yeah, that's the
Good.
case.
Yes.
Since now this 70 lakh battery price came into the picture, I am going, just want to tell some more things about it. Actually, most of the owners are not at all aware about the high value parts in the car. Not just the battery, the motor driver, and the OBD, etc., etc. So actually, is there any insurance cover for covering all these things, such as this OBD, DC-DC converter, which are too costly to handle?
100%. Manu, I want to make it very clear. Most of the companies do cover all these components of HV traction battery as well as the EDM, that is electric drive motor, and they do cover that those child parts such as DC converters, the HV cables, and the LV cables and connectors as well. So yeah, it depends from companies to companies, but in my research of last 1 year, 80% of the companies do cover all these child parts also.
In your next post, try to mention that as explicitly because that is a big worry for most of the owners.
Yeah, I've made
Especially
a very
after
exhaustive PDF, Manu, in that most of these things are covered. But yeah, I'll take your input and check whether these things are mentioned or not.
Sagar,
thank you very much.
we just checked that the seal battery price at the Shanghai port are 8 lakh. Given the import and the transportation, they should be nowhere close to 18 lakh. So I don't
So
know how
that
the
is what
dealers.
Nikhil. These are all dirty tricks from the dealership. They, even if it's not needed, they will try to replace the electric drive motor as well because they get their margins from the repair orders from the insurance claims.
Today I was seeing a reel on Instagram. It was related to, some doctor was checking up and doctor got a notification of bills and he just suggested three or four more uh, prescriptions to that guy. So I was like, that happens in the EV industry, maybe.
No, that's been happening. Not only in EVs, in ICE too. I've seen examples as a lawyer. Cases come go through our ears, and from the last 2 to 3 years, the trend has been very bad from the dealership end. They just want to squeeze out everything your insurance has, and if your insurance doesn't have, then they are ready to harass you. So just to be very clear, no dealer in India can force insurance on you to buy from them only. Just make of it very clear I don't know why some people get scared on this part that no, they will get harassment. I want to, make aware everyone that in case such a dealer says you that no, you have not taken insurance from my dealership, and you go and get service, just take it in writing, and I'm assuring you today we can close their dealership off. That's the law, that strong law in India
And
there are.
you
But
know,
I
Right.
don't know, as a buyer community, we are becoming very scared cats, and we are not standing up for our rights, in a view that who has time to fight with these people. But they are taking advantage of this attitude from our end, and they are just squeezing out everything, and they are harassing us. So I would just motivate everyone to stand up for their rights, because unless and until we become aware and standing society, we would not be seeing the bright future in the automotive industry.
okay, so
So,
Sharag Reddy just confirmed that in the Andhra Pradesh, the RTO have started accepting registration without the tax on EVs. So for the Andhra Pradesh guys, that is. And guys, I think we need to close off. It is being close to 2 hours of discussion now. So I think when it closes 2 hours, for some reason we are not able to download this space and upload on the Twitter, etc. So we would just close. Yeah, but yeah, definitely next Saturday or Sunday we will be doing this again. Thank you everyone for joining, and please share your feedback.